Hello and welcome back to Skeggsy on the farm in rural Thailand. As always, I hope this video finds you well. Late April. Where's the time gone, eh? Time's going so quick. First of all, you must excuse me, I'm a bit bunged up. I think it's a little bit like hay fever I've got. But there you go. Anyway, look, back to the video. We managed to get our second crop of rice cut. It's taken a bit of effort to do it this year because we've had no rain. We planted it late October, and since October we've had no rain. If you watch previous videos, you would see that we had to run pipes from quite a large reservoir some way away from us, and we've been pumping water into the fields just to basically keep the rice going. This particular field that you're seeing is Uncle's land next door to us. He didn't want to do a full crop, so he let us use 2 of his fields, and this is the first morning of us cutting rice. It goes straight into the machine, and then the machine pumps it out and it goes straight into the truck. The then truck goes straight off to the factory. They then grade it to see what sort of grade it is and the quality of it. We were lucky enough to get 18 baht per kilo for this because we had quite good quality seed, and it made it, basically sort of worthwhile. But other farmers around us used slightly different quality seed, and they only got 5 baht a kilo, which is very, very low, and I would say probably not worth the effort of actually doing a second crop. As I said, this is the first time we've done it. Normally in this area most people just do 1 crop a year, but we try to be a little bit greedy because we do have a reservoir down more towards our own land and down towards Auntie's land. Speaking of which, this is Auntie's. This is just off the road, and they're cutting. I think this was the second day we were doing rice, and this is what we would call the bottom end of her land. They do have 2 types of machine. This one, as I said to you, actually stores the rice inside. The other machine you might have seen in other videos has like a guy sitting on the side, and then they pump the rice into sacks. But if you were going to keep the rice, that's a good way of doing it. But there's Pickle. As I say, we're doing it. That's Auntie's house up at the top there in the blue. Pickle, every time I go in the truck, Pickle wants to go in the truck too. She climbs straight into the driver's seat, and you have to give her a good shove to get her to go across. Anyway, once the rice is cut, the best thing to do is then put it into bales and store it before the rain does come. This is a neighbour's hay baler. We had to basically pay him to do the hay baling. This is again Uncle next door's land, which we were allowed to use for free. Our hay baler had a problem towards the end of last year. It had a buckled wheel. As you can see, that the land is not level at all, and when we call it a combine harvester or the rice cutter goes over it, it turns the soil over even more. So so our hay baler has got a buckled wheel, and it's away at the moment at one of Chai's friends, being basically strengthened, the axles being strengthened and straightened as well. Now the good idea of actually doing 2 crops is that you will get a second amount of straw. And now we feed our cows, which the cow shed is, let me turn around here, Pickle again. The cow shed is to its left hand side as I turn around here. You're going to see it, maybe not. Anyway, so the cows are out at the moment because everybody has now cut rice. Even the people who did a second crop, their fields are now empty. So there you go, there's the cow shed over there. so the cows can go out, so we don't actually have to worry about feeding them quite so much. But when everybody puts in their second crop of rice, this is the best way of actually feeding the cows. I did talk about Auntie's house. I mentioned it. I've told you before that we actually live in the open. There's no walls where we live at all. We have a fence which keeps out, or keeps the dogs in, or keeps wild animals out, but it doesn't keep the birds out. So all the time we either got pigeons, or we got blackbirds, or birds that look like starlings, coming in and out all the time, trying to find food, eating the dog food. And Auntie was actually having the same problem. So this area originally was open. She was going to park the trucks. Oh, excuse me. She was going to park the trucks under it, or just use it if it rained. But because the birds were coming in and making such a mess, and the pigeons were trying to make nests in there, she decided to basically close it off, put windows in, and some large doors. I went there yesterday, and she's even put curtains around, so it is very now like an extra room, really. She's now got 3 bedrooms, 2 lounges and 2 kitchens, which is quite nice. The last week of April and the first week of May, my brother came over. He came over, and he comes over about 5 times a year now, and he came over to fish at Jurassic Mountain. I've showed you videos of him fishing before, but he comes over to Jurassic, and I basically get to spend a week with him, either watching him fish or having food with him. He's actually been very generous with me this year, because every time I've had something to eat or drink, he's normally ended up paying for it. So, but this is the hotel that I stayed in. It was basic and it was okay. And it was great seeing my brother, but it was 7 days, and the time literally just flew by. There 1 minute and gone the next. On the way back, I fly to Buriram, and Buriram have their own football club. Their stadium is the biggest in the country, and they seem to have more followers and fans. So while we were in Buriram, before we made our way back home, we went and had a look at the ground, and Chai bought a Buriram t-shirt. On the way back, I had a look at the forecast, because having been down in Cham, we have a sea breeze coming in all the time, but here it was 44 degrees, and that is hot. And I can tell you that when you can't get out of it, it's not pleasant at all. So the only way I manage to cool down when it is that hot is in this pool. And lucky enough, while I was away, Deap and Chai cleaned it for me and filled it up again. So it was a nice relief to get out of the heat. 44 degrees, I can promise you it's not very pleasant. Anyway, so that was April. Next video will be about May. We will turn the soil and put in a second crop of rice. So hope you enjoyed it. This has been Skeggsy on the farm in rural Thailand. I'll catch you again soon, people. Bye bye.